Hello friends, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a book haul. Let's jump right into it. I think my last book haul was in March, and since then I have acquired quite a few books. I have them kind of in piles, but I think I'm going to have to like multi-categorize them regardless. So we're just going to jump right in. It's 22 books. I've done worse. I've done better. A lot of these are indie self-pub TikTok books. A lot of it, what's that TikTok? Like conservatively, 90% of this is porn. It's just lady porn. Some of it's, a lot of it's contemporary romance. A lot of it is fantasy romance. Some are unread. Most are read, I think, at this point. So I'm pretty happy with my ratios. We'll kind of go over categories as I go. So I'm just going to haul everything first, and then I'll go over read versus unread, indie versus trad, and we'll go from there. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan to me. Did I go with an aggressive high pony? Also yes, because it's hot and my hair's doing things that I don't really want it to do. So this is what it got. Let's jump into some chunkers. Chunkers. All of these are unread. So I have Anna Zaires. This thing, Twist Me. This is a complete trilogy. This is, I think this is self-pub. Yeah, this looks like somebody that like kind of made up a publishing house and then went from there. I don't know if this is like a mafia. It's a dark romance trilogy. Have I read it? No, I have not. But that is like a more indie pub. I also got this thing, Forget Me Not Bombshells, Mafia Wars by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I've heard good things. Oh, the glare on that. I prefer the matte now. Who knew? It's a mafia romance, and I think this is book one. Is she big? Oh, there's like artwork inside. Did not know. Have not opened yet. Again, another indie. And then I have yet another indie, Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight, an international best-selling author, but I believe still indie. And there's a bookmark in there, but I literally have not started it. It's on page 1, and I've gone nowhere. I have not started reading this. Do I have the ebook? Yes. Did I want to read something this large in ebook format? No. Which is why I bought physical copies of all of those books. It's because I am just worn out from reading on the computer. I've been doing a lot of it with my own books, and I just didn't want to invest in this in an ebook copy, even if I do want all the smut. I believe this is a reverse harem. Genuinely do not know about the other ones. Also, now that I have read reverse harems, absolutely cracks me up when I get bad reviews on A Curse and Ash, because they're like, this is not a very good reverse harem. I'm like, that's because it's not a reverse harem. That's why it's a bad one. The Family of Liars, which is a prequel to We Were Liars. I loved We Were Liars. This one was okay. Didn't love it quite as much. Did I tab it and annotate it and whatnot? Yes, I did. It's beautiful end pages of like the water. I pre-ordered this and then I read it right away, and I'm glad to have it. I also just picked up Patriarchy Blues by Frederick Joseph, who also wrote, oh God, where is it? It used to be right here, and then I reorganized my books. He wrote The Black Friend. I don't know what the rest of the title is, the full rest of the title is. I think it's down there. Regardless, I loved his other book, and so I wanted to read this one. This one is more about toxic masculinity and what it means to be a man, specifically a black man in the world today, and I just really liked the way that he approached allyship in his other book, so I wanted to read this one. So I picked this one up. This is nonfiction, and I will read that at some point. Have not yet. And then I read Neon Gods and Electric Idols. I pre-ordered Wicked Beauty, which comes out, I think it's getting delivered on Tuesday, which is earlier than even the release date. No, Tuesday is the release date. But it got moved up a couple times. I don't really know. All the birds. The birds are singing. And I'm talking about God porn. This one follows Hades and Persephone. This one is Eros and Psyche. And did I like them both? Absolutely. Did I prefer this one? Also absolutely. But were they both good? Yes. Will I continue to read the series? Also yes. Will I continue to read it physically, even though I'm pretty sure these are in KU? Maybe. Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff is in KU, and I'm still just like, you know what, I'm going to buy it. Because again, reading and annotating and tabbing makes me happy and gives me something to do that's not on a screen, and I appreciate that. So those are read books. I read Darling Girl, which came in my book of the month. I've already tabbed and annotated this. This is a Peter Pan retelling that's more contemporary, but obviously still has magical elements. And in this one, Peter Pan is the villain. Not too shocking. I feel like in a lot of the retellings, Peter Pan is the villain. In this one, Peter Pan has continued to visit the Darling family, and there's magical properties in the blood of his offspring. That's all I'm going to say. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it enough to keep it, and it is pretty, so, you know, it stays for now. Because it's difficult for me to get rid of anything Peter Pan related. But again, read and annotated. Love that for me. I picked up 2 books to complete my Kim Harrison, the Rachel Morgan series, and I think it's the Hollow series, not the Rachel Morgan series. Regardless, I own all these in mass market paperback. Mass market paperback. I had an arc of this one and then never finished it. It was just really difficult for me to read in ebook form for some reason, and that upset me. So I picked them up so that they match the rest of my regular mass market paperbacks, because eventually I will have shelf space for all of them. Do I have it right now? No. But do I want to continue with the series and see it through and still own them? Also, yes. This is American Demon and $1 Million Demon. I'm pretty sure this comes before this. Urban fantasy? Kind of sexy. Anyway, I picked up A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the prequel to her Blood and Ash? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's a sequel to the other one that's like vampire shifter porn. This one I think follows more of like the old gods. I don't know, I haven't read it yet. I will. And then I got The City of Dusk by Tara Sim in an Unplugged book box. And I love Tara Sim's Timekeeper series, her YA series, so I'm really, really excited to give an adult, this is adult, fantasy, like a try. And there's also one of those, like, bring this cover to life, like, Google things on the back, which I'm really excited to do. I haven't done it yet. I just have not gotten into my chunker fantasies, or anything that is not distinctly smexy. I read Delilah Green Doesn't Care, bought this, read this. I don't know why I didn't annotate it, because I'm pretty sure I read the physical copy, which is strange to me, because like everything else that I've read physically, which is the majority of the rest of this stack, I did annotate. Like everything I've read so far I've annotated, except for this. And I did like it. That is strange to me. Did I read the arc? I think I read the arc. Maybe I have to get my notes from the arc into this. Maybe that's what happened. I think that's what happened. I will do that soon. I might actually leave that out so that I do that. I read It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker. I went over these in a wrap-up, but I never went over them in a haul, so I picked these up. This is a Tessa Bailey Ballinger sister series. Did I get the My Killer Vacation? Yes, I pre-ordered it. It should be coming soon. I love Tessa Bailey. I kind of like the way she writes her snarky banter, sexy times. I'm here for it. I enjoy her. I never take it too seriously, but I always enjoy it. I read, I annotated, and I enjoyed. So, I read those. I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry's writing. I love the way that she crafts story and character. It feels more women's fiction-y because it always follows like a career or family or different troubles along with the romance, and I like the way that she balances the two and still makes it feel really steamy and like the relationship matters. And I love the way that she crafts the story. This one felt like unpacking a lot of emotional trauma. It follows an older sister, follows somebody who feels like they're always unlucky in love. It hit a lot of marks for me in terms of elder sibling guilt or feeling like you always have to be in control. And it hurt, but I loved it. And I tabbed and I annotated and I really did love it. Confidence of Wildflowers and The Resurrection of Wildflowers by Michaela Smelter. I bought these because I saw them all over on TikTok and they're stunning. This is the Emily Whitting redesign of the covers and they're beautiful. So I did annotate these. Not as many in the second book because honestly I was just kind of over it. I didn't love them. I felt like the writing was a little juvenile for the story being told. Like our main character even though she was of age, felt very juvenile for a lot of the first book, and our love interest is like an age gap, and then it felt like a lot of like unnecessary kind of trauma pornish. There's tropes in this that I don't love at all. Like, in fact, I hate them. I didn't love them. Will I keep them on my shelves because they're stunning? Yes. I actually have a space back here where they're facing face out, this one specifically, because it's beautiful, and they're mine now, and I bought them, and I'm glad I supported an indie author, but I don't love them. The Words by Ashley Jade. This thing is annotated to high heaven. It is a big one. This is also another indie pub. This one is like an enemies to lover bully romance, but not really. High school to like new adult, like they age up and through the relationship. Also has like fat girl rep, but like also a ton of fat phobia and like other issues, drug abuse, overdoses, death, suicide. Like, it's bad. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I didn't hate it. I hated it for a lot of the book, and then I ended up kind of like enjoying it, so I leaned in, and I'm not sorry I have it. And again, happy to support an indie author, and really excited that like a lot of these books are taking off, especially due to TikTok or etc. I'm glad that they're finding success. An Unplugged book box book that came, Not the Witchy Wed by April Asher. Freaking love this. It was really cute. Was it perfect? No. Did I have a fun time? Yes. It's a witch and a werewolf. They're both the eldest, like, in charge of like their lines of magic, and they have to wed, and so they fake date to try to buy themselves time, except they have a history in the past of a relationship and some like hurt feelings, and then can they overcome that? And it's very cute. I liked it. I tabbed and annotated and enjoyed it. So I bought that. No, I didn't buy that. That came in an Unplugged. Also in an Unplugged was The Reputation by Lex Crosher and The Stand-In by Lily Chu. I got both of these in a double Unplugged book box. I had 2 books in the month, this last month. Have not read either, so these go in the unread, untabbed pile. 12 read, 10 unread. I have, in terms of indie authors, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, I think, are indie authors. And then I've got some like trad pubs, because these are like the Katie Roberts are still trad pub, but like I'm happy. I'm happy that I read more than I didn't. I'm happy that I'm supporting some indie authors that I'm finding through Book Talk. I'm reading all of the sexy, smutty romances, eroticas, and I'm fine with it. I'm here for it, and I'm enjoying the heck out of myself. I am very much excited by the stories that I'm reading, which is making me want to outline different contemporary romances, which I've started doing. I'm excited for the In Ash series to kind of come to a conclusion. I'm almost done book 3's first draft, and then I'm going to dive hard into trying to publish some of these romance books, and I'm really excited about the rep and the storylines that I'm bringing to the table. So that's all the books that I have purchased recently. I have a couple that I pre-ordered that are still coming. I'll fill you in. I went really slow for a while there. I didn't have a haul all year until March, and then now I feel like I've kind of caught up to like buying a lot of stuff. Some of these you already saw in wrap-ups, but I hadn't done like an official haul. They're going to go back on my shelves. I'm going to find room for them again. I'm really excited about them. I think one of my next reads is probably going to be Patriarchy Blues. Just because I'm really excited about it. And then probably Den of Vipers. I don't wish me luck with that one. I don't know. I hear very mixed things. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I'll see all of you in my next video. Bye, friends.